I recall being an 8-year-old boy back in the 90s and seeing the explosive popularity of Pokemon. It was a force to be reckoned with. One that my mother said, "It's just a trend, Steven. Don't even worry about it. It'll be behind you within months. It's just a fad. Mom, it's going to outlive all of us. It's going to outlive the human race." Pokemon is the most popular media franchise of all time. It makes the most money too. I was looking at a chart. Get this, the Pokemon franchise has made $118 billion in revenue in its lifetime. That's more than Transformers, that's more than Marvel, that's more than Star Wars, it's more than all of them. By orders of magnitude, is Pokemon a force, the force of nature when it comes to entertainment. Pokemon cards, the show, merchandise, little toys, and of course, video games. I was there, Gandalf. I was there 10,000 years ago when I saw Pokemon Blue, and I played it on my little Game Boy Pocket, and then the Game Boy Color, and I love the hell out of it. I love Pokemon Blue so much. It was like opening my mind to a new experience in life. And Pokemon has been popular ever since. And to my surprise, Pokemon Go is apparently the game to play. The one that brings in the big bucks. Which I'm surprised about. I'm it's a free-to-play game. How does a free-to-play mobile game make so much money? How does it make $7 billion in revenue since 2016? How's that possible? It's free to play, free to try. A lot of in-game purchases, and I mean a lot. Apparently, within the first 90 days of the game being out, it made $600 million in revenue. $600 million. That's insane. Now, for those who don't know, Pokemon Go is a augmented reality mobile game that was created by Niantic. And this mobile game is available on iOS, Android, of course, and you have a little geographical map, little GPS map with a little tiny avatar that you made, your little custom-made guy running around, trying to find Pokemon, Pokemon stops, Pokemon gyms. You got your team. You got Team Arcane. No, it's not Arcane. Oh my God, I'm forgetting it. The different gyms. Oh my God. I know Instinct, because I know everybody dunks on Instinct, the yellow team. They're the ones I rep. And the other ones I don't really care about. We get these different factions competing, going to the gyms, playing, I guess, a digital version of King of the Hill, where you battle it out, try to claim that territory for your faction, go out and find yourself more Pokemon to make a robust lineup of collection. It's a brilliant game. Pokemon Go is a brilliant game to take this type of gameplay, combine it with the Pokemon just brand and what it's about. Genius, just absolute genius. And of course, when something is successful, imitators will follow. And that was undeniably the case for Pokemon Go. Took many forms, but the one to me that was the most shameless was Garfield GO. I mean, straight up, Garfield GO. That was the name of the game, and it was garbage. More like Garbage Go. Am I right, guys? Yeah, high five. It was bad. I feel that Garfield as a franchise is all about branding. Duh, that's the name of the game. The cups, the shirts, the beds. It's like Pokemon in that way, where it's like we're brand. But Garfield feels a bit more archaic. Pokemon's still fresh. It still has a lot of leg room. And because of the nature of the brand of Pokemon with, hey, new Pokemon are arriving, new regions, new characters, there's so much to explore. There's a lot of elbow room to get out there and see what possibilities lie on the table in a variety of ways. For Garfield, it's like it's a cat at home who eats lasagna. Why would you make a game about this? Garfield Go should be Garfield Stay. Stay home and just eat lasagna. That's more on brand for Garfield. Not you exploring, not you taking your Garfield character into a little GPS map, walking around circus tents looking for lasagna as he goes, meow, 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 meow. Collect my comics. Boring. Utterly boring. And here's the thing, the game's dead. It's gone. I'm looking at this through the rearview mirror with morbid curiosity. I just hit something, I look back, I'm like, I just run over somebody? It was Garfield. I just killed Garfield. That being said though, the information about this game, quite limited. You have a few articles of folks who actually played it back in the day, like it came out in 2017 and hung around for a few years and then they shut it down. Freeze Tag, the company that made it, were like, yeah, we're done here. We're gonna close it down. We didn't make much money. But the folks who did download the game, who still have it on their phone, can keep it. So, comments, I'm asking you right now, do any of you have Garfield Go on your phone? And if so, how much? I was hoping to play the game. I tried to do all the different kind of emulators so I can actually download the game and play it myself. Couldn't do it. So the only way I could really collect information was to read these articles from other companies, from other, I guess, media outlets, and the handful of them that exist on YouTube, which there's like only 3 or 4. We got some dad who's like, we don't play Pokemon Go, but we play Garfield Go because Garfield. And then this other guy who admittedly did a pretty solid review. He's a curator, a man of the ages for trying to keep this history in our history books and not letting it fade away. Thank you. Big appreciate to ya. So here I am with hindsight, trying to take apart the mess that is Garfield Go. A flash in the pan, an imitator, and utterly shameless. So, Pokemon Go, like I said, huge hit in 2016. I mean, it just took over the world. People were Pokemon going to the polls. You know? It was quite the extinction level event where it was a huge spike, kind of dipped, but then kind of steadily came back over the years and still remains popular to this day. Pokemon Go is more popular, more financially successful than any other Pokemon game, and it's free to play, which goes to show you that people really care about Pokemon Go, that they're willing to do microtransactions because they freaking love it. I think there's something really neat about that, about the AR, about going out and walking around seeing sights. You know, you feel like you get to be productive, like, I'm gonna go out to the farmer's market in my town and also hit up this Pokestop and feel like I'm completing a daily task in real life and also in the game. It's smart, it's really clever. And I know that there was a game that Niantic did beforehand where it was called Ingress, and they're like, this didn't really work. Let's slap Pokemon over it. That will actually do something. And it really did. I think they underestimated how explosively popular Pokemon would be with this combination. It just works. Pokemon's about going out into the world, exploring, seeing different regions, seeing different Pokemon. Hey, that works well with an augmented reality phone game. Garfield Go? Not so much. He's kind of idle. Why would Garfield even leave the house? I digress. So, Freeze Tag was the company that fielded Garfield Go. I guess the Garfield, whoever owned it at the time, because Viacom owns it now, must have been like, yeah, Freeze Tag, make the game with our character. We get a percentage of your profits, but go for it. And then Freeze Tag, being this whatever, mobile game making company, we're like, sure, well, let's get to it. We're gonna make Garfield Go. We're gonna put Garfield in our game. We even got Lorenzo Music, one of the voice actors for Garfield here. He's dead now, but like, yeah, that's his actual voice. Him going, meow, 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 meow. It's a great part of the game. We have to actually find Garfield in the room. Is it hot? Is it cold? Where is he? Follow the little meter. Let's see where he is. Oh, he's behind you. Literally behind you. There's no challenge. Just turn around, 180, boom, there he is. And you may be asking yourself, what's the point of Garfield Go? What's the objective? What am I doing? Why does this exist? Well, it exists to make money, of course. But exactly what are you giving to the game so they get your money? You want points, you want coins. You use these coins, you can earn them through games, little mini games with Garfield. And you walk around the map, you can like find these little circus tents. You can throw lasagna into Garfield's bowl. If you do it successfully, you get coins. You can use these coins. And by the way, you can like collect comics. Ooh, Garfield comic number 79, can't wait. I'm gonna read that one. And apparently when you collect it, it's in no particular order. So there's like no structure for the 3-panel comic. It's just randomized. Go figure. But you're collecting these coins, so you can buy the white fedora for Garfield, the birthday hat. You can buy a pirate hat. You can buy, it's like TF2. That's what it is. Let's be real. Whenever you say hat in a game, it's TF2. You're out looking for coins to buy cosmetics for Garfield. That's what you're paying for, because apparently that's really freaking cool. I want to walk around the map aimlessly, not playing Pokemon Go, so I can collect coins that take hours to reset as far as the minigames go, to actually like be able to get access to coins. Yeah, that's what I want to do with my time, not Pokemon. Screw Pokemon, it's stupid. I want to play Garfield, because when I think of getting up and moving around, I think of Garfield. Who thought of this game? This is so stupid. It's like this, if your imitators exist, the ones who are utterly shameless and the ones who are actually like, hey, we're taking inspiration of your idea. Pikmin Bloom, I played. I love Pikmin. And Pikmin Bloom, I played for like a few months. I'm like, it's fun. It's different. It's somewhat similar to Pokemon Go in concept, but different enough because it's using the Pikmin brand of like sending out your Pikmin, growing them, having your army, going out to like beat up stuff and collecting stuff. That works for Pikmin. It's not nearly as successful as Pokemon, But for me, I'm like, it's okay. It's fine. Not everyone's about Pokemon, and sometimes folks want to try something different, and Pikmin and Bloom kind of hit that checkbox. But for Garfield GO, it's like Garfield shouldn't be here. I don't want to see Garfield on my phone in augmented reality, dancing in my kitchen, pointing at a bowl, asking me to fuck his food. I don't want that. I don't care about collecting hats. I don't care about the comics. I can go to Google Images to find the comics. And then I'm like, where's Normal? Where's Odie? Where's John? Where's the John boss fight? Can I kick Odie off the table for points? No. Where's the Normal gym where I can fight Normal and punch his face? I felt like it's Garfield, but barely Garfield. And even then, Garfield would not have worked to begin with as a concept. Like my buddy Tom said, like it should have been Garfield Stay, where if you lose points if you move, just sit down in your room and play mini games and look for Garfield, hang around your room who's sleeping, and maybe you lose points if you move your phone too much, and the longer you stay idle, the more points you get. At least then it would have been more of a shitpost, would have been entertaining, a bit more on brand for Garfield. But the last thing I think of when it comes to Garfield is being active. Pokemon Go is about getting out in the world, about doing stuff. Garfield Go, it's a counterpoint to what Garfield is as a brand. But I guess the only thing that's more on brand for Garfield than actually remaining loyal to the character and what he's about, being lazy, is getting that bag of money by taking Garfield and slapping it on everything. Coffee mug, cards, augmented reality games. Let's do it. So yeah, Freeze Tag, the company that made Garfield Go, put it to pasture a few years back. It's, I guess, technically lost media unless the folks who have the game want to share it, unless they want to sell their phones and still have it. I don't know if this can be uploaded to PC or available on some website. I don't think so. Kind of hard with the GPS factor, I guess, involved. But ultimately, who cares? Just go play Pokemon Go instead. Who is this for? Why was Garfield Go made? I just don't understand who was this made for, except for this one guy who's really hyped about it with his family. He's like, I don't play Pokemon Go because the GPS tracking, but Garfield Go, that gets a pass. I'll let my children play it. So this overall video, I guess, is me just being outraged at the concept of something that's so bold and so utterly shameless when it comes to ripping off a much more successful and ideal property when it comes to a game like Pokemon Go. Pokemon the brand works with Pokemon Go. It just makes sense. It's perfect. There are other imitators. There are other ones that try to take inspiration, but Pokemon Go, by just orders of magnitude, it makes so much more sense in the game style and gameplay that it has with the world of Pokemon. Garfield Go? Come on. I don't care if you've got lakes of blood. I don't care if Garfield goes to circus tents. I don't care if he stutters across the map. I don't care if he wants me to fuck his food. I just don't care, because I don't care about Garfield. And I'm glad that this game is dead. I guess Garfield won't ever achieve his next Poke evolution, which is Mondays. No, he hates Mondays. Mondays are the hard counter to Garfield in gym battles for Pokemon. It's like fire to leaf type. It's like Odie to Garfield, or Normal to Garfield. There you go. So if any of you in the comments have Garfield Go, please let me know. I'm a sucker for self-infliction, so I might want to play the game after all. So just hit me up. If you got the game, let's talk, all right? And if not, let's go find some lasagna and throw it at Garfield.